Unheard. Sick status. I got my man Rage on the beat. As always, nigga. Yeah. I drop kicks when I spit. Deliver sick when I hit. Get you down on my.
Hello everybody, welcome to today's episode of Young Gifted and Black with your homeboy Level Sekani, aka DJ Level Status. Now today, I'm chilling with a lady who's about to take the acting industry by storm. Ladies and gentlemen, Babalwa, aka Babs.
AKA Babs. Hello everybody.
What's up, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good. You sound good.
It's COVID, but we've got positive vibes over here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see you, right?
You too, likewise.
So let me just give you some context. So basically the reason I'm chatting to you, I thought you were one of the people that I can get to say some inspirational words, to young and coming actors and actresses, on how they can hone their skill, So just give me a bit of information, like your bio, tell me more about you, tell the people about you.
Okay. So, a nutshell in who I am. I'm an actress at heart, a writer and producer. For the longest time, it was always drama and anything to do with the arts. That's just where I found self-expression and just playing around. I grew up in a house of academics, so brothers in accounting, other brother physics, and it was kind of weird, breaking the ice in your family when you want to do something creative was very awkward. But it's just something that I wasn't going to waste my parents' money trying to do this thing, and I wasn't going to waste years of my life doing something I don't want to do. And so I think that's important in life. When you know what you want to do it. It doesn't matter what it sounds like. There's a stigma. Acting, whatever those things are, it's not true. Okay, it's a whole career. Literally, it's a whole career. And so it was awkward starting out to say I want to be in drama, I want to be in acting, because there's this thing like you're just not going to make money, you're going to be poor, etc. But then you surround yourselves with inspiring creatives around you that are actually successful, because those are the ones that are going to tell you need to be doing this every day, you need to be researching your industry, you need to be, and so you kind of take it seriously, if that makes sense. And so I started at AFTA, and I did live performance there, which was so unconventional, because it's like everyone is expected to go to a traditional university, and it was like, it seemed like, oh, why after, what goes on there? But I got full, experience of what a day-to-day looks like for someone who's doing TV, what hours are, what set life is like, and experiencing all those different facets. Thereafter, I went to the New York Film Academy and I did my master's there, and that was in LA, which is a whole different vibe where people are just creatives.
Wow.
You walk around, this is a YouTuber. You walk around, this is a rapper. You walk around, this is a improv coach. You walk around and people are proud to be creatives. Where it's so different over here, where it's like lawyer, doctor,
the stigma.
The stigma, but people take so much pride in their art, which was something I loved being around. It was I wasn't shy to say I'm an actress. That's who I am. I wasn't shy to say I'm a creative, because it was all around me. And taking a hold of that and bringing it back home, I just want people not to feel like it's not to say I'm an actress, You're an actress, You're in this thing and you're a creative, and it's cool. It is cool.
Tell me something though, while we're talking about that, like at which age did you discover that, hey, I can actually do this? Like when did you discover that you're an actress?
So in high school there was this thing called one-act plays, and it was, we were in matric, and you had to come up with a play and be a director and have your actress in it, and then it went, and then if you won, it went and you performed it in the Joburg Theatre.
Yeah.
And then so many people were just like, Babs, please be in mine, Babs, please be in mine, please be in my play, please be in my play.
Yeah.
And I did like 6 plays while doing the trick. The one got sent to Joburg Theatre, and that was the first time I invited my parents to actually see me act, which was like such a big deal because it was like my little getaway, you know. And then they saw me and they were actually like, wow, you know.
So you can actually do
You can do this thing, and you see how much you love it. Like, you'd rather go to your friend's house and do script learning and wada than science, you know, and maths. So, like, it was cool to see how proud they were of me to be doing something I'm actually good at. And that's
so you knew,
pretty much, yeah.
You knew, like, at that age that you're actually good at it? Or
Yeah,
did you need someone to coach you or tell you besides your parents, like,
you must do this thing? No, my parents, first of all, were just like, we don't want the next child to do something and study something they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Then it was, I had the best drama teacher who was basically telling me, like, dude, if you don't take this up in your life, I don't know, you're wasting. Literally, she used to tell me that and affirm me. And then just in class, I just saw, like, I would just grasp things.
Yeah.
Like, when someone came in, either a guest teacher, I was just so excited. For drama, I was here, you know.
Yeah.
So that's when I knew, like, if there's anything I'm gonna do and probably do it well, it's the acting. literally.
But then how important is, like, having, like, someone to mentor you while you studying, and with the confidence that you have, or okay, you know what, I can do this. But then how important is, like, mentorship when you about to go into the industry?
Shoot, that's a good question, because I just had support of my family. And the mentorship I received from them was, if you're gonna do something, do it at 100% or don't do it at all. Simple as, like, that was like the black and white. And so going into anything, it was like, work hard, play hard. Like, that was the momentum it gave me. In order to live your life and enjoy it, and to play in life when you want to play and have fun, work hard.
Yeah.
And so when I went to AFTA, that was the attitude. I had so much fun in Cape Town, but I was working hard at the same time. And those were the rewards of, like, seeing your fruits. When you work hard, you improve, you know, and you get closer to these industry teachers who are now, you know, they're executive producers or they're writers, so they keep you in mind as well. And so a lot of my instructors played a role as mentors, because they were always very encouraging in the sense that if we think you're good, we'll suggest you to an agent, if you know. So relationship building in the spaces where you're around creatives is, I think, is the most
key.
Key.
And
Building
then,
a relationship.
Okay. And then, like, as a female, what would you say are your challenges, though?
So being sexualized, right, I think was the number one thing I experienced in undergrad, where it was like, I have to play the cute, pretty, when I'm trying to understand the craft of this thing, you know. I want to be a thespian, you know. So it was difficult, and I wanted to have tackle serious roles to steer away from this cute face, you know. And, like, that was, I think, where it was difficult, because it was like, you need to learn about how you should be casted, and what is it, and why you would be casted this. And for me, it's been a battle. I mean, I try to write things even for myself, where I steer away from a stereotype of what I could be casted in.
Yeah.
However, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is the industry, and I'm hoping and praying that women cannot be objectified in their roles, because it's like, it's in history of cinema. It is that way. But I'm hoping and praying as new women are stepping into this industry that we are not just Mustang, you know?
Yeah, and I think, you know, it pretty much is the same, you know, everywhere you go, because even in the corporate world, it's the same thing, you know. It's so hard for a woman to move up, you know, to get a promotion.
So there's like one woman at the top.
Yeah, you know, and you sometimes when you look at the picture, you know, you get to see how it happens, you know. It's not really a cute picture.
No.
So tell me about your studies. You know, you studied at AFTA and you spent some time in the US, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Just tell me about that.
Okay, so at AFTA it was cool. I did some cool courses. I did presenting as a course, which was something I had so much fun with.
Yeah.
Tracy, I forgot her surname, but she was a top billing presenter at some point, and gaining experience from people who are actually in the industry, I think, because in both schools, even in LA, was my experience. You learn things like punctuality in the industry. That's like the hugest thing. Like being late for set is it's disrespectful. So that's the first thing you learn. Like 15 minutes early is you're just on time, you know. So I learned about small things like the practicalities of how the industry works. Punctuality is a thing. Being prepared is a thing. Warming up is a thing. Knowing how to warm up as an actress is a thing. Besides getting on screen and actually like doing your thing.
Your acting is so challenging.
It is.
Because now you have to remember the script. If you woke up in a bad mood, what happens then? You know?
Yeah. These are real life things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where do you want to take this acting thing? Like, how far are you now? What are you working on? You know, is it something that you want the people to check out soon?
Oh, okay. So on my Instagram, which is babs_xm, I weekly upload monologues, and I'm trying to tackle different dialects, different topics that are happening socially, current topics. The most recent one, I did a monologue from the play Ruined by Lynn Nottage, and that is, you know, in the subject of gender-based violence.
Yes.
And so I thought it was, you know, a relevant piece to tackle. It's Congolese, very hard dialect. I'm still working on it, but basically, you know, this theme of gender-based violence has been moving and growing for years and years and years, and it's becoming very ugly.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to just raise awareness in an artistic way. What else? I'm working on a Netflix proposal show with a friend of mine. We are writing it together and producing it together. So that's exciting.
Dope.
Yeah.
That sounds dope.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So we're working on that. And yeah, just putting myself out there while I'm here and seeing how the season with COVID goes, really.
Terrible stuff. And then tell me something, like with the industry in the US, like what would you say, you know, our own industry can improve on, you know, based on what you're learning that side, you know, where do you think we can improve this side?
I think the attitude of creatives that side is sort of like, we can make anything out of nothing. Whereas this side, I think we rely too much on like, I don't have, so I can't do. You know what I mean? Anything is possible, and everyone has that attitude. Like, if we have a phone, we'll shoot it and we'll try edit it on this software, we'll shoot on this location, we'll run and do that. And there's this hunger just to work, you know, no matter what. Whereas here it's a bit slower, where we need this fancy whatever to get something done. And that's why these weekly monologues that I've been doing, because I just realized also I just need a camera, whether it's my phone and a room with light, and I'm going to do my monologues. Nothing is stopping me here. Also creating your own content. I think that's there, it's everywhere. Like someone's already got this idea, I want to shoot this, I have this idea, I have this concept where we can take models. It's this ongoing attitude of what can we create, let's create, because no one is giving us anything. So make anything with what you have, really, is the attitude I think we should take on.
And then who do you look up to, like, in terms of your acting? Like, who's your role model?
Whew. That's a hard question. That's a hard
You don't have to have one, but I mean, you know, maybe
question.
your own role model. Someone in the States, maybe, or locally.
Okay, someone from the States. I really wish I could say a female right now, but in my head it's Denzel Washington.
Denzel is a boss.
Yes, that man knows the power of a work ethic. Acting is not just about performing, it's about having a deep work ethic, preparation, focus on set, just all of that, and whilst incorporating his spirituality into the whole scheme of things. I think that's the coolest things about Denzel, is that his whole life is just like, nothing is for nothing. You know, that's what I think is cool about him.
And I mean, how he just goes into those roles, like those emotions.
Precision.
How does it do that?
Precision.
So now, like, take me through like a typical day, like, of an actress. So if you're shooting something, like, what happens? How many hours do you sleep? When do you read your script? Who takes you through your script? When do you know, well, I'm ready for this? Like, I've memorized my lines and all that.
Okay, so I'll give you an example of things we were doing back there. We did a lot of sitcom work, and in the space of sitcom, that's like your generations, like your TV. And so the way you get scripts is the night before the shoot. There's no week preparation, there's no month preparation. It's the day before, they're giving you the schedule, they're giving you the shoot, and the next day, it's game time. So that kind of life is, you barely sleep.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's like 8 to 10 hours shooting the next day, and then the night before you're cramming all your lines. And I think the weirdest thing is that things aren't shot chronologically. So episode 3 we'll shoot tomorrow, episode 10 we'll shoot the next day, episode 1. So you just have to know what's going on. You have to be with the program. In terms of preparation, I always say, like, with lines, I always record myself saying the other person's lines, and then with whatever I'm doing, whether it's gymming, because it's good to do physical things when you're learning your lines, so that when you're being physical in a scene, you know it's in your body, it's inside, you know. So preparation like that really helps. Having to jot down. With TV characters, it's less of depth. With film characters, it's more depth. It's more of like going into this character, But with TV sitcom characters, they're usually very light, like we did. You know the sitcom Girlfriends.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
Yeah, so we redid it, and that was a really
Wow.
cool experience.
So, Babs,
Mm-hmm.
now you have decided that you're going to share your skills by helping other people, like with acting and coaching them and all that. Just tell me about that.
So, I decided that, I'm not exposing myself enough. People don't know that I have these skills. I just silently came back home. And once I started to show the work that I did in LA, as well as, post these monologues and all of that, I got a DM from Non-Claire. And she and her academy invited me to coach for them, which was such a cool experience because first of all, it's Non-Claire's Hema.
Come on.
Yeah, this is just like someone who I grew up watching, who my brothers grew up watching, who showcased what it is to be a personality on TV, an actress, and just an all-round personality, really. And so being invited to come to her agency / academy to share my skills was honestly like, it's so rewarding as well, just to sort of see progress in people and hungry artists. I think it's a rare occasion where you see an artist that's that hungry. She has a group of serious and in a variety of age from like 10 all the way up to 30, which is amazing, who come here just to learn, to grow, and to be that actor, to be that presenter, to be that creative. And it was really cool to share my experiences that I learned from LA. Just all the acting principles that I could share it was a lot of fun. I find so much fun in that space, you know.
You seem like quite a fun person also, I think you find fun in most of the things you do, probably.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay, so are you into like astronomy?
I know that my star sign's a Virgo.
That was my next question.
Oh,
no, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, like I know about star signs. I just find it interesting to read about them. That's about it. In terms of reading a horoscope and seeing if tomorrow I'm gonna find the love of my life, no, I don't believe. I really don't believe it like that. But like star signs, cool. I find them cool, and I don't know if all the things under a Virgo would be me.
Yeah.
But like one or two things, I'm like, oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a Scorpio, and I never used to believe in astronomy, but recently, like every time I read something, it's like, are they talking about me?
Scorpio.
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
23 October.
Oh, hectic.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I've recently started believing in astronomy.
Okay.
And I think there is some sort of science behind it. Whether it be all the Virgos have this type of characteristic, or Scorpios are emotional or whatever, I think there is some sort of truth into it, but not entirely, obviously.
Yeah.
And then food. Let's talk about food. Are you a foodie? Do you enjoy cooking?
Yes.
You do.
And this is a new thing. Yeah, I do. When you like live alone, and then you just miss the privileges of home and opening the fridge, and there's grozas there. So, like, that side food was quite expensive, so I never got to eat the way I wanted to eat food. So when I came back, I'm currently with my parents, and just a fridge where there's shrimp in the freezer. There's nice things. So I cook for my family. and I'll cook whatever it is that I feel like, whether it's shrimp and pasta,
Yeah.
whether it's stew, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, coming back home to SA, obviously, you must have missed your mom's
Missed,
cooking.
I missed
How's the
years.
food that side though, in the States? Like, how's the vibe there with, you know, the food? Because I hear everything is super size, you know, the burgers are like the size of my head.
Hey, you know, people say that, but okay, it is the burgers are quite big. But I was living in LA where everyone's like, I want to be snatched and all of that. So there were a lot of vegan spots, health spots. Like if you wanted to be healthy, you could, you know, go to these little, remember like Kauai?
Yeah.
Kauai type
Yeah.
places where you get your pressed juice and all of these things. So you could choose either if you wanted to be the healthy guy or Popeyes and so forth and so on. No.
So, are you planning on going back there like anytime soon? Are you gonna be spending some time here, or what's your plan?
My plan is to just keep going on now, keep showcasing myself in SA. There's no rush for me to go back as yet. I feel like we're still trying to figure out what's happening with COVID. So, I mean, the ideal thing would be if I know I have a gig there.
Yes.
You know. Otherwise, I'm trying to make my footprint here.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah, and I'm glad you're bringing all that talent and all that experience back home. You know, what would you say to like a little girl out there, you know, who wants to do this but she's not sure, you know? What would you say to any young person out there who wants to act, who wants to produce, who wants to direct, but maybe they have challenges with like finances or going to art schools? You know, what would you say to encourage them?
I'd firstly say, you know that feeling that you have, like, that just says, I need to do this thing. First of all, listen to that thing. Don't listen to the distractions here that what if I can't. Ignore that. Second of all, find yourself a group of people who are doing that thing.
Yeah.
Call whoever, whether it's your aunts, ask them if you can sit down with them and have a discussion as to how can I do this thing with my given circumstance. 2, there is no plan B, there's only plan A.
Yes. So
you're going for it, you're going for it. Don't create gaps where you can fall. If you want to do this thing, go for it. I am trying to go for it. There's no plan B for me, you know. So I feel like that's the mentality you have, and be proud and call yourself that thing every day. You know, they say for what you want to be in however many years, you need to call yourself, and you need to really see yourself in that image. So I am an actress, you know, call yourself that thing. You are a producer. So that's the attitude. Listen to podcasts. Listen to things that will get you up in the morning to think about how you're going to achieve this thing. Watch, research about your industry so that you know where you're stepping into. Just like if you wanted to be someone in investment banks, you would need to be knowing what stocks and what are looking like. It's the same for your industry that you want to be in as an artist. Know where it's going to. It's going to digital platforms. So what could you do? You could record it on your own. You could create. You could bring your friends. Be optimistic about where you want to go. Don't listen to that voice that says maybe it won't work. Only plan A is what I would say.
Yeah, that's super nice words. Very encouraging. And then lastly, just give us your social media handles. Is there something that you want people to look forward to, you know, in the near future? How does one get hold of you, you know, for acting gigs, you know? Just give us your details, please.
For sure. So I'm super only active on Instagram. Every week I post a monologue that is either current to whatever society is going through, or just an actor challenge that I like to challenge myself with, or to showcase my talent. And that's Babs, BABS _XM. And my email address for any gigs, for any inquiries, for any hoo-ha-wah is babsmanii, MANYI @gmail.com.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, super duper actress and producer, acting coach, Babalwa, aka Babs. Thank you, Babs. It was so cool to talk.
Thank you.
Excellent. This is going to like blow you up.
Yay.